Guys, welcome. We've got an amazing... It was a 5 on 5 show tonight, so you've got 5 acts. Round of applause for them. They're at the back, ready to go. Come out and bust out some comedy for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the stage your MC for this evening, Christopher Shin!
Alright, we're going to have a bit of fun. Let's get to this, bro. What are you are these tattoos?
Yeah.
You've committed to this look. Alright, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. If you did that to his body, what would he do to mine? You know what I mean? Good on you. Is that from the Avatar?
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that's a niche shit to get done, you know? How many questions do you get asked for that? It's like an arrow pointing down to your mouth. You know, just like a weird human glory hole. You know what I mean? I guess all glory holes are human. That'd be weird if it was a dog glory hole, wouldn't it? That'd be a bit fucked up. But it's good to be here, man. I've been doing some weird gigs. Finally, a proper city gig. Like 2 days ago, I did a gig up in fucking Mandurah. Any Mandurah people in? Yep, that's right. Couldn't afford the fucking train ticket up here. You know what I mean? Well, I'll tell you what. Half of Mandurah is fucking amazing, though, don't you think? Like half of Mandurah do have like those fancy houses with like the backyard is a jetty. Have you seen that shit? That's amazing. I did a gig at the boat club for them, and first time in my life, I walked into a pub surrounded by other boat people. You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck yes. This feels good. But as soon as I turn my back, some old fuck's just like, I bet he's taken all the undersized crabs. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck you, Gary. I took the abalone to you, dickhead. Well, I'll tell you what, though, as an Asian person, I can't go too far out from my capital city. I found this out because Mandurah no more, all right? Because it was a bit racist. I had my face up on the wall. People know I'm coming to do a show. But my first interaction was this old Australian lady comes up to me and she's like, oh, did you get here in your rice burner, did you, champ? Yeah, that's a bit rough, eh? The first thing that got said, I was like, what, did you get here in your breadmobile, you bitch? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Rice burner, that's some stupid racism. It's 2023, that's some dumb racism. Doesn't even make sense. Rice burner for an Asian car, that doesn't make sense, because surely, out of all the people in the world, us Asians are the least likely to burn our fucking rice. You know what I mean? It pissed me off so much, I hopped in my Skyline and fucked off. But it's good, man. What's going on? I just want to do a little gauge of this. My couple's in the room, make some noise. Yeah, fuck yeah. How long is your couple? No? Oh, just... Brother and sister. Oh, shit. Sorry. I stumbled upon some Lannisters, me did. Good on you. Is this your parents? Well, you don't have any friends to hang out with on Saturday night, you fucking losers? You know what I mean? I'm going to hang out with mum and dad. That's some white people shit for sure. That's good. That's good. So you guys are a couple, right? Yeah, and you met on the mine sites, of course. What about the guys behind? How'd you guys meet? Mine site as well? Yeah. Really? Yeah. Oh, fucking A. Just everyone's fucking on the mine sites, apparently. Fucking how did you guys meet? Through a friend. Fuck, that was cryptic as fuck. That sounded weird. Oh, your sister. What the fuck? What type of incestuous bullshit is going on here? Wait, you're together? Yes. I pointed to you.
I'm friends with his sister. I was friends with his sister.
You're friends with his... Oh, you're not friends anymore. Oh, this is a juicy story, isn't it? Fuck yes. Wait, who made the move first? Oh, you did? Fuck yes. And how did you go? How old was she? Was it younger sister, older sister?
Married.
You were married? Fuck, this story just gets better and better. You know what I mean? Fucking A. Be more like them, more juicy, you know what I mean? Fuck yes. And how long has this been going on?
Almost 10 years.
That's old news. Fuck it, who cares now? You know what I mean? Fucking, I wanted some juicy shit, you know what I mean? I wanted her to still call you a slag on Facebook. Fuck that bitch. You know what I mean? That's fucking amazing, man. That's amazing. And how'd you guys meet? Car breakdown. Fuck, usually it's like Tinder, but you guys are fucking really raising the stakes. Car breakdown, and her car broke down and you helped? His car broke down and you helped. Fucking yes! Yes! Fuck yes, you fucking cuck! That's fucking amazing. Props to you. Fuck yes. I'm only going to address the man in the situation. Sorry, sir. That's fucking great. That's amazing, man. Oh, look, like I said, congratulations, you're married. We got married about like 3 months ago, right? And like all my family flew in from the wedding, and I thought it was going to be great. But if you ever met old Asian people, they're the best because they have no fucking filter left in them at all. You know what I mean? Like I didn't see my mum for 3 years because of COVID. Went to pick her up from the airport. First thing she said to me, I went to give her a big hug, and she just looked at me and she was like, "Fat boy." You know what I mean? I'm like, a bitch, it's been 3 years. Give me a fucking hug. She's like, my arm don't fit. You know? Like, it's crazy, man. Like, my dad, he's got no filter left. Like, my wife's like a tall English lady, right? She's my height. And usually Asian women aren't that tall. So apparently dad's never seen a woman this tall in his fucking life. And every time I bring her home, he's so excited. It's just like, it's been like 20 times I bring her home and he's just like, oh, so tall. First thing he says, so tall. Sometimes he'll like nudge mum and shit, be like, so tall. You know? You know what I mean? One step away from looking at a tall white woman and being like, Godzilla, you know? But I'm trying to learn a lot, man. Like, nothing affects my dad, you know what I mean? Nothing affects him. He's a fucking stout Asian man. He just gets on with his life. Like, he could be like, it's like someone could be racist as fuck to him on the street. He wouldn't care, you know what I mean? He'd just live his life. He could be a Northbridge and someone could be like, oh, you're a fucking chink. He wouldn't care. He would just be like, you laugh now, white man. We will own all the land. You know what I mean? And we just buy property, you fucking morons. But it's good, man. My mama is staying with me at the moment, and man, it's a bit rough. I started the virus. I was like, you know what? It's not about me getting it. I'm young. I'll survive. I just don't want my mum to get it. I just don't want my mum to die, you know? And then she stayed with me for 6 months, and I'm like, why the fuck won't she? You know what I mean? Like, this bitch is still at the house. It's fucking rough, man. And like she does these crazy things. Like I said an English saying to her the other day. Sometimes she'll hear my English sayings, repeat them back to me, change one word, and fuck it up forever. Like just the other day, she goes, Chris, clean your room. And I said, Mum, stop breaking my balls. Stop breaking my balls. She looks back and changes one word and goes, no, you no break my vagina. You know? I was like, fuck, that's pretty good, Mum. I'm not going to lie. You know, I was like, what do you even say back to that? Like, what would you say if your mother said this to you? Yeah, nothing. You'd keep your fucking room clean. You know what I mean? Tell you what, the weirdest part was Dad leaning over saying, you broke that 32 years ago. I've got a big head. All right, guys, we're going to get your comedians up on here. You guys ready? All right, we're going to need a bit more energy from you guys. Come on, let's lift it up a little bit more. Welcome to the stage, your first comic, very funny man, Jacques Barret.
Thanks so much, Christopher, and thank you, Australia. Thanks for the opportunity. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show for my small portion. I'm Jacques, it's a French name. I know you knew that. You're a cultured fucking crowd. Just so we're clear, there's no French in my family. That's just a really shit thing to do to a child. Growing up in country Queensland, which is where I'm originally from, I've had to deal with homophobia since I was fucking 0 because of this name. People would just come up to me and go, fucking Jacques, man, that's your fucking name. Man, what are you, gay? I don't know, Dad, I'm 6. Where is my childhood? I was fat, I had this stupid French name, didn't have red hair, that would have been the trifecta. And nothing against anyone with red hair, you guys are Vikings. That's the only relief I got from the bullying at school, is if a ranger walked through the schoolyard and gave me that precious 45 seconds to eat a croissant and regroup. You know? My parents called me Jacques because they were real estate agents when I was born. They wanted to look classy at a house inspection. You got to admit, it's got a touch of fucking panache about it, doesn't it? Hi guys, welcome to the house inspection. This is our son Jacques. Yeah. But I went to school with other tip rat kids. I sounded like shit, you know? I'd stink up these houses, but hi, this is our son Jacques. And I'd be like, oh yeah, how's it fucking going? He's here to buy a house off my parents, are you? So fuck yeah, you need me, I'll be punching canes in me caravan. Au revoir, fuckheads. That introduction from Christopher was lovely. I got introduced recently on the stage as a comedy veteran. A veteran. I'm 43. Pump the brakes on that veteran chat, cunt. It was in Melbourne too. It was this hipster fuck, this gaunt vegan with half a haircut and a tattoo of a cardigan. Oh, this fucking rat. Not funny. We got like 1 million followers on TikTok or whatever. It was like, ladies and gentlemen, your next act is a comedy veteran. And then I rolled my ankle onto stage. It was like, bang, down. People made the, oh, old person down noise. It's like, what happened to Jacques? He had a fall. I fell. I didn't have a fall. What the fuck is wrong with you people? People ask me, though. They ask me, And I know it's ask, I'm not that deep, Queensland, but they ask me, are you worried about getting cancelled by these young kids, by this Gen Z? Absolutely not worried about getting cancelled myself. One, I'm not a piece of shit. And two, I'm not afraid of Gen Z. They haven't produced a fucking serial killer yet. The whole generation. And they won't. They fucking won't. This is what happens when you don't hit children. And they diagnose their mental issues too early on and you treat them, but they don't blossom into a 9-part series, you know? And these fucking kids, they love their true crime podcasts, don't they? But none of them will ever step up and fucking be one. Because they're selfish and lazy. It make me sick. And if they did, they'd probably get ChatGPT to write the manifesto for them. They've got no heart. The game's changed. We were talking about hitting children a little bit in the show, but I was hit by my parents growing up. Give me a cheer if you were hit by your parents growing up. Yeah. Fuck you, no way. That's fucking... There's nothing wrong with us, is there, eh? Push it down. No hitting at children these days. Good for them. Get a safe environment to grow up in. Great. But we're one of the only countries being this nice to our children, so we might be accidentally creating a generation of weaklings. And if World War III kicks off, which is unlikely, given the stability of our current global leadership, what's Australia going to bring to the table in a sense of war? You know, in 20 years' time, just a trench full of peanut allergy-ridden fucking celiacs. You know, frontline soldiers get killed by a fucking Anzac biscuit, you know. What happened in this country? We used to be a tough land, mate. We're a tough land, a hard-fighting people. Or whatever old people say. We're not tough anymore. Australia's no longer tough. The only tough people in this country are immigrants. There is no one tougher in Australia than an Uber Eats push bike delivery dude. That guy's made of pure fucking granite. Middle of a rainstorm, just pedaling through because one of us fucking toffs is at home looking out the window. Well, I wouldn't go out in that, but I'm going to summons an errand boy to pedal/paddle through this monsoon with a butter chicken strapped to their back. Ha ha ha! I'm going to live forever. What? Is it raining inside your kitchen? Open a tin of tuna, you fuck. These immigrants come here, they steal our fucking jobs. They don't. They create brand new ones, like push bike food delivery. We never would have thought of that. None of us were at home ever dreaming of competing in the Tour de Fat Cunt. So we have I realised how fucking soft Australia's got, and I took one of my close mates, he's from Venezuela, he's a comedian, his name's Ivan Aristegueta. So you guys ever heard of Ivan Aristegueta? Venezuelan comedian, super funny dude, doing bigger rooms than this, packs out theatres, doing great, and good for him. Good for him, these fucking immigrants coming here, stealing our fucking lols. He's a great dude. I took him to see his first ever game of cricket, and we go to the MCG. I take him to see Big Bash League, you know, because I'm not going to take him to see a 5-day test out of the gates and have him on day 3 go, I'm going back to Venezuela. You people are animals. So we go to the MCG. It's Big Bash League, 2020, fast-paced. Get there, 80,000 people are at the G. It's fucking packed, right? We get there a little bit late. Everyone in the crowd has got a soap bottle and a hoop, and they're blowing bubbles. It's fucking beautiful. I've told them on the way, and we're a fucking tough land, mate. Of hard, and then we get there and it's just bubbles as far as the eye can see. And he's like, oh, yes, such a masculine country. And I was like, just you fucking wait. Because it's an awareness campaign. They'll tell us at halftime. Judging by how many people have soap bottles, it's going to be something fucking hectic. And Ivan's going to know hard shit happens in this country. When it does, we cop it on the chin. We move forward together as a fucking unit. Australia. Half-time comes, the guy gets on the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, you might be wondering why we're blowing bubbles here today. To tell us more, here's Trudy or Wendy or some tuck shop lady's cyclone name. And this absolute fucking angel trundles out to the middle of the field. She grabs the microphone and I go, this is her moment. I'm like, you get it, girl. Get it. This is what she says to 80,000 people. Every time a child lets go of a helium balloon, it goes into the air, inevitably comes down, lands in our natural habitats, and is sometimes consumed by our native wildlife. So we're pushing the message to blow bubbles instead of balloons. 80,000 people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? We don't give a fuck. Possums eating balloons? Fuck out of here, Trish. People started throwing the bottles onto the pitch. Everyone's furious except Ivan, who's like, I love this country. But she's lost the crowd, right? And this will shock you to hear, but I've lost crowds before too. I've never lost 80,000 people at once. She gets mad at him. She turns on him. She goes, "Some birds have been found with traces of balloon inside of their stomachs." I was like, "Babe, this event is sponsored by KFC." No one here gives a fuck about it, but I had bird inside of me at that very moment. Read the room, Linda. Then I looked at Ivan, he's got this crazed look in his face, and he's like, "Balloon inside their stomach, that's how my cousin died." I was like... And then the guy grabs a microphone from there, "Thanks for that, Denise." And then we go back to the game. And then like 2 hours later, he gets on the microphone, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, we've just set a world record for most people blowing bubbles here at the same time. Isn't that great?" And everyone's like, "Who gives a fuck?" You know? But I felt bad for Liesl or whatever. So I got up and I went, "Woo!" Like a real piece of shit. But I don't realise I'm in a puddle of bubble soap that's accumulated over the course of the day. And I pump, I got 1 foot in the air. When I pump, I am horizontal immediately. Ivan said it looked like I got sniped by someone in the light tower. He was like, "You were down before we heard the shot." And I said, everyone's laughing. Everyone's fighting. He's holding me by the back of my neck. And then he says to me, "You need to put all of this in your show." And obviously I have.
But it's also why I brought you here today. To tell you that every time a soap bubble goes into the air, it inevitably comes down, lands on the ground, creates an oil slick, ice rink environment. And then drunk fuckwits like me, in a vicious display of karma, will be sniped by absolutely no one, fall from a great height and make some Venezuelan cunt's day.
I'll leave you on this, guys. I do a lot of comedy on cruise ships because my career is plateaued. That's where you get heckled. People ask us, where do you get heckled? Everyone assumes it's a dude. You all assume it's a dude, and that happens sometimes. Some guy will go, "You're fucked," and we just go, "Nah, you're fucked," and everyone's like, "Geez, he handled that well." But the best hecklers on the planet are definitely women in their late 40s, early 50s. They can shut down an entire show with one word. No. That's it. They hear something they don't like in the show, then from the darkness, no. And you don't even know where exactly because of the leopard print. But this, and I'm not attacking these women. They're my favourite women on Facebook because they got inspirational quotes for days. You guys got a favourite aunt who hammers out the quotes? There's some great ones out there. I'm 43, so my menopause is approaching, so they're starting to really resonate. Saw a great one recently. "Some people won't like you, some people don't have taste." Like, fuck yes, Nerida. That's a banger. Another great one. "All you need is love." But love was scratched out and it just said, "Wine." Yeah, just a few lols for the girls, yeah. Another great one. A picture of a placid lake and then it just said, "Don't forget to breathe." And that's just timeless advice, isn't it? My favourite though, someone in Nerida's life crosses her, she puts up one of her own posts, I'm sure you've seen this before, it's caps lock, spelling mistakes everywhere, she's fucking filthy at someone. She's cracked the knuckles.
"To that rat bitch mole, what talked about me behind my back, I'ma find you, fuck your husband and finger your cat, you're done."
Heaven. Comment section is everyone else.
"Don't forget to breathe."
Great quotes out there. I'll leave you on this quote. This is the greatest quote I've ever seen from one of these angels. It's magical. This is it. "The most dangerous person on the planet is a woman who doesn't seek the approval of others." I saw it and I was like, Leanne's on the Prosecco's tonight. She's got half a litre of bitch diesel in the system. She is frothing. And she's not wrong. Women are fucking dangerous and violent, you know? I watch a lot of suburban C-grade netball games from my car. Before the game, fun though, you see them, "Just have fun, girls, it's about teamwork and friendship." It's a real chill vibe. And then the whistle blows and it is no longer about those two things. It is fucking bangs out, fucking come for me, cunt. Pure venom. I love to see it. Can't teach it. These girls shouldn't be playing netball. These are the squads we should be dropping into this Ukraine-Russia skirmish. Let's give Ukraine some backup, you know? Let's get the Woolgoolga Wombats on an end of season do, give them a camelback full of fucking rosé and just set them free. Oh, baby. I don't even think it'd be fair for Russia, to be honest. You know, they're stumbling around. We claim this part of Ukraine as our own. This is now part of Mother Russia.
and then they hear,
No.
and it's a fucking full retreat in half a day. You guys, I'm Jacques Barret. Thanks very much for coming out.
Welcome to the stage, Rohan Ganju!
When I was at high school, there was a rumour going around about the singer Marilyn Manson. Rumour was that he had one of his ribs removed so that he could more easily suck his own penis. I don't know if any of you heard this one. Yeah, it was very popular at my school. Clearly all the best people heard it. But like, it made me think a few things as a high schooler. First and foremost, I was just like, holy shit, it was the ribs the whole time. Thought it was a neck thing, but now I know what to address. Second thing that it made me think as a high schooler is it made me think, surely if you're going to remove one of your body parts more easily, suck your own penis, you just remove your penis. Have a little icy pole or something. Maybe that's just me though, but the main thing it made me think was it made me think about the other guy who's famous for having one of his ribs removed, which is Adam from the Bible. Hear me out, guys. So like, it made me think maybe we actually got this story wrong the whole time. Like, maybe what actually happened was Adam took out his own rib so that he could more easily access his penis, because it was him that got tempted by the snake, but it was the one coming out of his hips. And then maybe God saw this and got disgusted, and that's the real reason we got kicked out of paradise. Because we all know God's a homophobe. Like maybe what happened was God saw what Adam was doing. It's just like, Adam, man, that's fucking gross, dude. Take that shit somewhere else, all right? This is supposed to be the Garden of Eden, not the Garden of Eden your own cum. Then like him and Eve are leaving and she's like, what the hell was that about? And he's like, it's because you ate that fucking apple. I don't know though, just a theory. Did you like that one, friend? Yeah, sick. Are you a religious man? You are. Oh yeah, lovely. Which God do you believe in? Trick question, there's only one. I personally don't believe in God. Not that I have anything against the religious. I just feel like if there was a God, why would he have given me a micro penis? Maybe you can answer that. But either way, I'll tell you guys something else. I'll tell you this. I have a girlfriend. She's cool and I love her, but I feel like I annoy her sometimes. I was talking to her the other day. I do this thing sometimes where like we'll be talking on the phone together and then I'll smoke a bong. And I found out she doesn't like that recently. And I was trying to get to the bottom of it. I'm like, why don't you like that? And she's just like, it makes me feel like you're not listening to me. And I had to explain to her, it's like, no, you don't get it. I'm stoned. Like, I'm listening harder than ever. You know what I mean? Like, do you have any idea how boring this story would be if I wasn't high right now? Like, you're telling me about how the lady at work that's always mean to you was mean to you again. And I'm reacting to it like it's the end of The Sixth Sense. Like I'm a fantastic audience right now. And I was trying to explain it to her. I'm like, you know, it's sort of similar to like how when we hang out with my mum, you have to like drink heaps of wine to distract yourself from the obvious chemistry between me and her. It's just relationship shit, you know. I'll tell you guys this. I don't know if you guys can tell I'm kind of Indian. I'm only like half Indian though, because my dad's Indian, but my mum is normal. And it's weird growing up as like the child of two worlds, the product of miscegenation, you know, sometimes leads to awkward situations. Like growing up, I would sometimes find it difficult to take my mum's advice seriously on stuff. Like I remember once as a kid, she's like, teach me how to do the laundry. She's like, always separate your colours from your whites. And I'm like, well, you didn't. And then just like other shit you wouldn't expect, like I've always felt too uncomfortable to order those soft serves that have the chocolate and vanilla swirled together. This makes me think about my parents having sex. Because they love anal. Alright, thanks very much everyone.
Please make some noise, go crazy for the very funny Bron Lewis!
Hello, I reckon I was born in the wrong era, because this era that we are living in, we really celebrate vulnerability. Oh, I hate it so much. Oh, I just hate it. Oh, it's disgusting. I don't know why, because I grew up in the 80s and the 90s where we were taught to hide our feelings. repress them and then take them out on our husbands. That's just how we did it. But now we're supposed to be celebrating vulnerability. It's gross. Like, you go onto Instagram and there's just heaps of influencers just crying into their phones, talking about their journey with IBS. Disgusting. Oh, it's gross. But there's people love it. They follow. And there's all these comments like, #brave. #I've got diarrhea too. Disgusting. I don't know why we do it. I blame Brene Brown. I don't know if you guys know Brene Brown. Some of you do. For those who don't know Brene Brown, she's she became famous. She's from TED Talks. She's pretty great, except she says this one thing that I hate. She says that vulnerability is courageous. And I'm so angry about it because she's truly encouraging. And it makes us think, do we actually want to see it? I don't think we do. You'll be just like walking along and then you'll hear a busker and you'll be like, fuck, where are they? Oh God, where are they? You don't want to make eye contact because if you look up and look at them, then you'll just see this bloke in a tie-dye t-shirt with Crocs just strumming Wonderwall on his ukulele. And he's thinking, maybe she's going to be the one that saves me. And I'm not going to save him. But because you've looked at someone who's being vulnerable, you have to then take care of them. So you have to be like, fuck, do I dance? Do I look for money I'm not going to give him? Or do I just gently, kindly tell him to grow up and get a fucking job, Selfish to be vulnerable in public. Another reason why vulnerability is selfish, just think about when your friend has a really hard breakup and you go to their house because you have to, and you just sit across from your friend and she's not taken any tissues to the table and she just ugly cries for ages and you just have to sit across from her like this. You finished? No. And at the end, she feels great. She's got this post-cry high. She's like, yeah, I reckon I'm going to get over him. Yeah. And it's great for her, but for you, you just now know what it looks like when your friend's snot goes into her mouth. Selfish. The best example I have of vulnerability being selfish is years ago, my older sister asked me to be in the room with her when she gave birth to her first baby. I don't like vulnerability, she doesn't like vulnerability, but neither of us knew it was going to be a vulnerable situation. We've never spoken about it since. Anyway, she had this, I went into the room and I stood in the wrong part of the room. And something happens when you're staring directly into the matrix. You lose the ability to move. So I stood in the wrong part of the room for the whole vulnerable experience. And my sister was so vulnerable, she made vulnerable sounds. She made vulnerable smells. And at the end of this vulnerable experience, she got to leave that room holding a baby that she was going to love for the rest of her life. And I got to leave that same room holding a picture of her asshole. So she Brene Brown-eyed me the whole way through that. I'm a fun mum, can you tell that though? I've got 3 kids, they're in Melbourne, that means I'm fun, I don't know where they are. Thank you, I'm very fun. Give me a cheer if you got kids. Give me a cheer if you don't. Yeah, they sound happier. Very fun. I'm so fun. The other day, when my eldest kid asked me why her dad and I aren't married, because we're not. We figured we'd been together so long, we already have kids, and neither of us like our extended family enough to buy them a meal. So we skipped it, and it's been good. But my daughter asked me why her dad and I aren't married, and I thought it'd be a nice time for me to bond with her, just to show her that I'm funny, because no kid thinks their mum's funny. I'm trying to tell her, I'm like, I do this for a living. She's like, yeah, I don't get it. And then so I thought it was a nice time to bond with her. So I said, the reason why your dad and I aren't married is because, you'll love this, you can use it if you want. So it's because it's an outdated institution which works in favour of the patriarchy. It keeps miserable people together for too long. There's a 50% failure rate. I'm terrified of commitment and I don't think your dad's the one.
Make some noise, on stage, very funny, David Hughes!
How are we, Comedy Lounge? We good? Fantastic. It's great to be here. I won't lie though, it's great to be anywhere at the moment. Things aren't great at home. My wife just got one of those fucking babies. I know. Look, I'm sure he's fine. It's every fucking day with those things. You know what I mean? What's crazy too is that she already wants to talk about having more of them. I was like, fuck. Yeah, exactly. I was like, settled down, because she had to have the the emergency Caesar salad thing where they. I was like, surely not, man. Surely we wait a while. She was like, now, she's like, do you know what? I don't think I do want to go through that again, so maybe a little bit later on we look into adoption. I went, there you go, that's a wonderful thing to do. Yeah, let's fuck him off. I mean... no business talking about it so soon, it's fucked. Although I've got to stop saying so soon, because I think, what are we now, like November nearly, right? So what was he? He's nearly 7 years old. Good age though. It is a good age. Well, I mean, he said to me the other day about he's looking into his future, and I was like, he's already thinking about his future. I'm not even fucking thinking about mine. He goes, I don't know what I want to do when I get older. Like, what should I do as a job? And I was like, mate, you can do anything. You can do. I mean, within retail, you can do anything. And he just wants to be rich. That's his thing. He just wants to. He's like, I want to be a millionaire. And I was like, mate, what would you do with like all that with that kind of money? Like, what's the point? And he goes, I swear to God, he looks me dead in the eye. He goes, you know that show with the duck, and he dives into the money bit. I was like, DuckTales, yeah, Scrooge McDuck. He went, yeah, I'll have him killed. I was like, fucking. So I think he'll be all right. He's got that killer fucking instinct. I didn't. I was absolutely useless at school. I wasn't very good at school. It took me a really long time just to learn how to read. I was so far behind everyone else in my class. I remember getting the report card and it said, well, I don't know what the fuck it said. That's kind of the point. I was a bit of a troublemaker too. Like, I remember my mum caught me smoking, and she did that cliche thing of, she made me smoke the entire packet. So, as you can imagine, I was really excited when I started doing heroin. I was like, come on. This shit ain't cheap, I mean, come on. I didn't. I never did heroin. I never even smoked. I didn't drink. I stopped drinking about 10 years ago. That's how you know that I don't have a problem as well, because I don't know the exact date. You talk to someone who had a proper problem, they were like, 7,862 days ago. I lost track. I have no idea. Don't know when I stopped. But I did it because, I was ready to become a dad. I wanted to be a dad, and I realised that I've got to be, I need to be present for my kid, because he's got to that age now. Like, he came home from school the other day, right, and he told me that he's been picked on, being bullied a bit. And listen, before you lot go, oh, if you met him, you'd fucking get it, right? No. I had to act surprised when he told me. That's what and I was surprised too, because I was like, did I make fun of how far apart your eyes are? I was like, no. I was like, fucking what? What do you mean? They don't call you like Sid the Sloth? He was like, no. So, fine, okay, so apparently they don't watch Ice Age anymore, kid. That's fine. No, look, I know it sounds terrible, but it's so bad. Like, I'll take him to the aquarium. I swear to God, all the hammerheads, they'll fucking flock right to him. Like he's their leader or something. It's mad. But I thought, I need to do something about this. I'm going to help my little boy out. So I signed him up for jiu-jitsu. Brazilian jiu-jitsu, because he doesn't have any pubes yet, so it's perfect. And he loves it. He's a very sporty little boy, so I knew he would. He loves football and rock climbing and all that jazz. We haven't been swimming lessons for a bit, but you can't fucking get goggles for that, so we had to fuck out. I mean, what? I tried. But now he's doing the jiu-jitsu, he loves it, He came home, he's a changed boy. I could see the confidence in his eye and his other fucking eye. And he's like, Dad, I can beat you. And I was like, oh, mate, that's fantastic. And he goes, yeah, get on the ground. I'm like, on the fucking what? Because I didn't know this, right? But Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is just cuddling on the ground. That's all it fucking is. And I was like, okay, because I want him to have a win. It is a bit stupid to me, but I was like, fine, whatever. I throw the knife down. I get on the ground, and he just rolls about on my legs for like 15 minutes. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Because I thought he was going to come out of it like an assassin. Do you know what I mean? I thought, yeah, he's going to be a trained killer. I can expect calls from the school to be like, can you come pick him up? Because he's just taken out 6 kids in the cafeteria. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. I would have got really excited. I'd have had to hide my excitement at that kind of call. I had a call a few weeks back, and they were like, mate, you're going to have to come and get him. And I was like, oh, what's he done? They're like, nothing. It's nearly midnight, for fuck's sake. Can you just...
This leaves us to your last act of the evening, Nick Schuller!
I was a nerdy kid, did outdoor ed at school, a lot of outdoorsy hobbies that I just do not understand. like four-wheel driving. If you haven't been four-wheel driving, it's where four men try and get a $100,000 Land Cruiser out of a hole that they drove it into. Just using cars in situations that are not suitable for cars. I have a mate who's really into four-wheel driving. He showed me a video of him driving through a river. It was crazy. The water was up to the bonnet. Didn't think we'd get across, but then we did. I was like, man, wait till you hear about boats. Don't understand fishing either. If you haven't been fishing, it's where four men spend an entire day getting new Tinder profile pictures. It's just a maritime photo shoot. Every fishing boat looks identical too. It's always a small tinny packed with about 15 rods. Occasionally you'll get a Darren, but it is mostly rods. All the rods will be wearing shirts that have pictures of fish on them, in case they forget what they're looking for. That's weird, wearing a shirt with a picture on it of something you spend ages looking for. I don't go around wearing shirts with pictures of the clitoris on them. They're an interesting species. The rod, their self-worth is inherently tied to their ability to reverse a trailer. It's one of the first questions they will ask. They're like, can you reverse a trailer? I'm like, no. But I can process emotions without punching drywall. They're always kissing the fish they catch too. The rods must be very confusing for the fish. They get violently removed from their natural habitat into an atmosphere where they can't breathe. They're seconds away from dying, and some old man's like, that's why dead fish's eyes are always so wide. Last thing they saw before they died was a rod trying to hook up with them. I nearly went to a Catholic school when I was a kid. When I was 12, I interviewed for a very prestigious Catholic school, very formal interview with the principal and two senior teachers. They asked a bunch of questions to make sure I had good Christian values. It's going pretty well, until the principal asked for my views on euthanasia, which was a challenging question for me, because at the time, I thought that if you supported euthanasia, you helped pay for young people to visit Japan. So the principal was like, what are your views on euthanasia? I was like, I had a great time when I did it. He was like, you've done it? I was like, yeah, with a group of year fives. He was like, did you learn anything? I was like, I learned how to use a samurai sword. Just went on for quite a while. He was like, how'd you pay for it? I was like, selling caramello koalas. He was like, do these people want it? Was it for their sake? I was like, it's actually pronounced sake. Eventually he realised. He was like, I think we're talking about different things. I'm talking about the government setting up facilities where they kill people. I was like, oh, we are talking about different things. I was talking about visiting Japan. You're talking about visiting China. My name's Nick Schuller, guys. Thank you so much. Cheers.